Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name's Afnan and I decided to start bouldering. But first things first, let's solve this math problem. Afnan is new to bouldering and is deciding between different options to make his visits to the rock climbing gym more affordable. Initially, he spends $33.90 each time he visits the gym, which includes a day pass and rental shoes. However, Afnan decides to switch to a more cost-effective option. He buys a 1 month pass for $96.05 instead of renting shoes each time. Afnan purchases climbing shoes for $135.26. That will last him 4 months. He also buys a chalk bag for a one-time cost of $20.33 and chalk that lasts 6 months for $64.10. He knows he'll probably climb only 15 times a month. Is he able to save this way? Okay, and then there's three parts to this question. The first part being to create a formula. The second part, asking when the option is cheaper or when does it break even. And then the third part is a graph. So first things first is copying the question. Go to image to text, paste this, convert it. This is probably the hardest part here. So you just copy this again, put this into ChatGPT. Perfect. Now we just copy the answer. And there we go. Alright, so here, I start off with this pink one. A good warm-up. Then I move on to this orange one. This one felt a little bit more difficult. The frame doesn't really show the foothold, but I felt like I was balancing more onto my right foot. And then right here, this reach right here also was something I kept failing. But luckily I got it after jumping a little bit. Bam! I grabbed it. I pull myself up here. And then from here is pretty straightforward. Easy pulls. And you can kind of tell my footing feels so awkward. I don't know where to put my foot. So I'm like thinking, oh, did I make a mistake? Do I have to go back? Kind of rest up on one, and then I go for the finish. I pull up using my left hand, bouncing on my left foot. Bam, second hand touch. Then a calm drop. And this next one right here, super easy, was a V0. I just felt like climbing a ladder. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Okay, some basic climbing rules. Have both hands at the start and the finish. Walls and gray wedges are in, and you try to fall feet first and roll onto your back. Also, grades don't really matter absolutely because for a climber, some stuff is a lot harder than the other. So if you're like doing like a normal V2 on like a more straighter wall, it might feel easier to you than like underhangs V1. So that's where you see me fail here on a V2. Right here, I tried out a V1. Felt a lot more technical. It felt honestly a lot harder than the orange one I did at the start. Just holding on to my weight, 180 pounds, like a beast. I failed, but like at this point, I know I used up all my energy. But no worries for a professional amateur like me. Quitting's always an option. The view climb.